Being willing enough, daring enough to not know, not rely on the knowledge you've acquired, being willing enough and daring enough to ask questions. And then importantly, most importantly, being willing enough, being daring enough to listen for the answer. And the answer may be a knowing, it may be a feeling. It may come as a movement, being moved. It may simply be unexpectedly the advent of peace embodied unexpectedly for no apparent reason. Being willing enough, daring enough to ask a question. What does it feel like being supported in this body, same body, different experience? What happens when I get out of my own way? What would it look like if it didn't matter what it looked like? What does it feel like? What does it feel like to let go of things I don't even know I'm holding on to? What would it feel like to not be in my head and busy thinking and managing and directing? What would happen? What if I just, like the bus coming and the bus going, it's evident there's a bus out there, we can hear that, we can be aware of it, but it need not be something we occupy ourselves with. We need not give it any thought, any mind, control it, direct it, manage it, be carried away by it. It comes, it goes. What if I just let my thoughts, like the traffic out there, each car like another thought, coming and going? I can be aware of the movement, need not concern myself with any of it while I'm here.
What if I were to abandon the holding habit of my belly? Right now, relax your belly. Relax your belly. And right now, without forcing it, without rushing it, right now, without forcing it, without rushing it, gently but deliberately, invite a big breath in and let it go. Simply abide in the pause without holding yourself in it, and feel, listen inwardly. When is your breath starting to move again, all on its own? Simply let that happen. Simply let that happen. So relaxing your jaw, relaxing your tongue, and lightly, gently inviting your mouth to close, but stay relaxed in the jaw. Let your tongue relax off the roof of your mouth. So simply begin allowing your breath to move in and out of your nose only, and resist the temptation to intervene. Let yourself be breathed. What does it feel like? What does it feel like allowing your breath to happen in much the same way you're allowing your heart to happen? The difference is, for most of us, it's hard to discern the heart happening. And luckily, it's easier to discern the breath happening. So this is why it's such a powerful tool if you simply resist the temptation to direct it and control it and manage it, but rather allow it. Allow your breath to happen, and then bring your attention to where the happening is happening, the breath coming and going in and out of your nose. Bring your attention to where the happening is happening as it's happening, without happening it, without intervening, without interceding, resisting the temptation to default into a familiar breathing pattern, allowing your breath to move perfectly on its own as it will. What would that feel like? What does it feel like being breathed? The breath coming through you as you, but not by you. Thy will be done. You see? With this too, feel the meaning of that. Relax the belly, the eyes, the face. What would it feel like settling into yourself? Abandoning everything and anything you have consciously or unconsciously imposed upon yourself. Abandoning all of that. What's underneath? What's left? couple of minutes. Let this be a meaningful practice for you. In other words, not spending time engaged with and doing things you're already well practiced with, thinking, holding, managing, directing, posturing, conforming. Rather, let this be a time to really stretch into unfamiliar territory. Gentle, deliberate, without forcing it, without rushing it. Big breath in, and let it go. Feel when your breath starts moving again, all on its own, as it will. Allow it, let it happen. Feel it happening as it's happening. Imposing something different on yourself is still imposing on yourself. It's still an imposition. It will still color the truth. It will blind you to the truth of who you are and what's actually confronting you, what's actually around you. We're all, in a sense, contortionists. We've been conforming. What if we were to abandon those habits? Relax your jaw, let your mouth lightly, gently close, and just feel the breath coming in and going out of your nose, just that much. Is there more breath moving through one nostril or the other? Is it even discernible? You don't have to change anything. Just feel. A very powerful tool your body uses to affect homeostasis physiologically, physiological balance, is by redirecting more breath through this nostril some of the time, more breath through the other nostril some of the time. So if you were to feel into it, check in with it throughout the day, you would notice it changing. Not because you're doing it, but because it's one of the ways your body balances, finds balance. Is your inhale longer? Is your exhale longer? You don't have to change it. Just be curious. Can you discern any difference? So let's play with the breath just a little bit this morning. So for the next few breaths, let's play with an incremental exhale. So in other words, you're going to exhale until you feel a pause, and then pause. And then when you're ready to proceed, exhale some more until you feel the pause, and pause. And little by little, incrementally exhaling, 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 exhaling until there's absolutely no more breath to exhale. And then get out of the way when you're ready and let the breath come in till you feel a pause, pause, and then incrementally inhale, sipping breath in little by little until there's no more room in the in, no more room for in breath. And then get out of the way and let it go and right back to the pause. Don't rush. So incrementally, little by little all the way out. Let go, allow, receive and have, and then little by little all the way in. And let go, allow. So a little bit like that, a handful of those without rushing. Stretching the exhale, stretching the inhale. And when there's a pause, actually pause. Briefly, but pause. Notice how you feel as you're letting go of more and more breath. You need not worry, you're immersed in breath. You can dare to let go of all of what you're holding on to. The more you let go, the more you'll have. Okay, we're going to change it just a little bit. So for the next few breaths, next couple of few breaths, instead of pausing and coming to a full stop, just slow down, almost a pause, but don't actually stop and then proceed. Don't rush, but just don't come to a complete stop. Just slow down the breath, almost to stop, not quite, and then proceed. So it'll be more like an undulating breath coming in without rushing, followed by undulating breath going out without rushing. So see if you can discern a difference without coming to full stop, almost, but not quite. Some of the breath is faster, some of the breath is slower, undulating. Maybe one more of these all the way out, followed by one more of these all the way in. And then over the next breath or two, flatten out the undulations. So let it morph into really long, smooth breath all the way in. Really long breath, smooth breath all the way out. Smooth, fluid, long. And we're going to change it again without using your fingers, without using your hands. The next few breaths, just breathe in and out of your left nostril only. Don't worry about what is or is not happening on the right side. Just invite more and more breath in and out of the left side. Long, smooth, full breaths all the way in. Long, smooth, full breaths all the way out. Without using your fingers or hands, without contorting your face. Just invite more and more breath in and out of the left side only. Interrupt what you're doing and just feel the breath do its own thing. You get out of the way. This is the advanced part. Feel the contrast. Relax the belly, the jaw, the eyes. Notice if the pause place is any different. Does it feel different? Not because you're imposing anything upon yourself. Not because you're managing or directing yourself. And then when you're ready, invite more and more breath in and out of your right nostril only. A couple few of those long, smooth breath all the way in. Long, smooth breath all the way out. No fingers, no hands, without contorting your face. When you're ready, interrupt what you're doing. Interrupt what you've imposed. Get out of the way. And you have this window of opportunity. Feel your breath happening naturally. Your innate breath. Feel the breath happening as it's happening. Feel the pause. When there's a pause, allow the pause. This requires no thinking, no managing, no controlling, no directing. So now as we proceed through class, The big deal, the real stretch, is resisting the temptation to revert back to a habituated holding pattern. Resist the temptation to start conforming and performing and posing. Just simply, instead of posing, be supposing, be curious. Allow more support to happen. Be where the support is happening as it's happening. Let it register with you. Let yourself be moved. So be curious what happens when I shift my weight, not because I'm following the protocol, the rules, the dogma, but I want to discern the difference. When I shift my weight, do I have more support or do I have to support myself more? These are radically different outcomes. Be curious to begin discerning the difference, because as soon as it becomes clear, you'll make the clear choice for having more support each and every time. Simply because it's the most natural way of being in your body. This is what we are awakening to. It's already you. Uncover it. Okay, a little sound and then we'll proceed. Let's say hello to the heart. Say hello to your heart. The sound I like for heart is ah, like Father. Ah. Any pitch, any tone, any volume. 3 or 4 really long exhales. When you're ready, big breath in. Check your belly, relax the belly. Notice if your breath feels any different now than when we started. Notice if your body feels any different now than when we started. The space around you, does it feel any different than when we started? Okay, when you're ready, wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, let your body know you're getting ready to move. And let's start by sitting up on a pillow. So let your seat be higher than your feet. Let your seat be higher than your feet. Sit up on a pillow. I personally like these Zen pillows. They're like little bean bags. So they're malleable. They'll conform to you. That's why I like them. So soles of feet together. Scooch toward the front edge of your pillow and snuggle in. So your pelvis tips forward a little bit. Scooch toward the front. snuggle in so your pelvis is supported in a gentle tip forward posture. Soles of feet together. Maybe your feet are close to your seat. Maybe they're further out. You can move that. It's not cement. Start somewhere and then play around. Let's put the fingers, hands behind you. Peel up the heel of the palms behind you. Come on, your fingers. Bring your thumbs towards you like a kickstand of a bicycle. And then pivot on your thumbs. Bring your fingers to point back, away from you, behind you. You can then easily bend your elbows and bring the elbows toward each other, carefully shoulders, as though you're touching your shoulder blades. And then use your shoulder blades like a tray. Lift your heart from underneath. Lift your heart, lift your heart. So essentially we're tipping the pelvis forward. We want to come to the top of the sit bones or the front of the sit bones. Push the mat back away from you. Heart comes forward. Feel for the top of the sit bones. Shift your weight onto one hand or the other. Bring your free hand around. Find your foot, your toes, your leg. Hold on gently. Elbows straight. Bring the shoulder back. Lift your heart. Long front. And then other hand can come around. Pull back. Shoulders back. Lift your heart. Elbows straight. Hinge forward. Hinge forward. Maybe your fingers wrap around your feet. Maybe you use blocks. Plant them on your mat. Bless you. And pull the blocks back. So you can round the back, lengthening the spine, but for now, let's keep the back flat. Let's redirect the stretch away from the spine, down into the hips, the thighs, the groins. You may want to stack one arm on a block and sandwich the other block between your head and your hands, engaging lines of energy. And if you've got your block sandwiched between your hand and your head, you can roll onto the right forehead or left forehead as you squeeze the block gently. Relax the jaw. Just options, just options. If you don't need your hands, arms for support, you might hook your thumbs and reach your hands away from you as you pull your thumbs, dropping your shoulders down. Or karate chop your hands together, push them hands together, engaging lines of energy that way. So a few breaths here. You can shift your weight. Remember, the toes might peel away from each other. What happens? You might introduce a little twist. You might get a little more stretch in your waist, your ribs, your sides. So play around a little bit. Give yourself permission. Give yourself wiggle room. Color outside the lines your head would have you stay within. Color outside those lines. What happens? Doesn't have to be static. What happens if you push the outside of the feet gently into the floor? A few more breaths. When you're ready to come out of there, engage lines of energy as you navigate your way out. Maybe simply push the outside of the feet into the floor. Maybe sandwich a block between your hand and head. Engage lines of energy as you come out. And as you come up, put your hands behind you. Maybe palms off the floor, maybe palms on the floor. Don't hurt your wrist. Elbows straight in any case. Drop your chin toward your heart. Start to lean back on your straight arms. Drop your chin. Maybe the shoulders round, your back might round. Empty your legs. Breathe into the belly. Big breath in. And relax the belly. Introduce a very subtle, gentle jostle in your shoulders. Little jostle in your shoulders. Interrupting what? Holding habits. A little jostle in your shoulders. Let the jostling slowly subside, not abruptly, slowly. Feel the contrast when you're not moving. And then be careful, be gentle as you're doing this. Inhale, right shoulder back and back and back and back. Feel what happens, where it happens, when it happens. Exhale back to center. Remember, you can move your hands wherever you want. Inhale, left shoulder back and back and back. Feel what happens, where it happens, when it happens. Exhale back to center. Okay, stretch the mat wider between your hands, isometrically. Heart comes forward, shoulders go back. Feel your way to the top of the sit bones. Let your knees come up. Feet flat. Feet flat on your mat. All right, let's go ahead and elbows straight. Start to shift your weight back on your arms. Let your seat just float off the pillow. Just float off the pillow. Scoot your seat in front of the pillow and set it down right on the mat. So you're not sitting on the pillow, you're right in front of it. Stretch the mat away from you with your feet isometrically. Snug your sacrum right into the front of the pillow. Snug it in. Snuggle it in. And let's go ahead and get a block. Get a couple blocks. We're going to start with one block nice and tall. All right? Your pillow is going left to right behind you, flat. You're sitting in front of it. You push the mat away from you with your feet. You're snugged in front of the pillow. Take one long block, left to right. Put it behind your head. Very slowly, find your way down. So the head is being supported by the tall block, and then snuggle in on the pillow. Let the pillow conform to your back. Let the pillow conform to your back. And then find your second block. Let that be nice and tall. And reorganize your blocks under your head. So you've got two tall blocks. Two tall blocks right next to each other, bumping into each other. Two tall blocks, and your head's right on the place where part of your head's on one block, part of your head's on the other block. Right? Two tall blocks right underneath your head. Push your head down when you're ready. Relax the eyes, the jaw, the tongue. Push your head down. Push your head down. Relax your eyes, your jaw, your tongue. And as you're pushing your head down, as you exhale, when you exhale, roll your face to the left as you push your head down. Careful with your ear. Don't scrunch your ear. Don't smush your ear. Keep pushing the head down. Inhale, roll the face to the sky. Don't rush. As you exhale, pushing head down, roll the face to the right. Don't squish your ear. Careful with your ear. Pushing head down, inhale, roll the face to the sky. Relax. Feel the contrast. Relax. Feel the contrast. Okay, let's push your head down briefly, then lift your head. Take one block out from underneath you. Leave the remaining tall block right underneath your head. So reposition the blocks, reorganize the blocks. So just one block underneath your head, tall block underneath your head. Reach your hands right up above you. Palms toward each other, spread the fingers. Now reach up a little bit more. Feel the shoulders start to lift. Reach up a little more. Reach up a little more. Head can push down. Reach up galore. Head pushing down. Now, without bending the elbows, go ahead and bring your shoulders down and down and down until your shoulders are flush into the pillow underneath you. Push the head down. Relax the jaw, the eyes, the tongue. Fingers spread wide. Inhale, sweep the arms behind you until they feel parallel to the floor. Thumbs pointing down, palms toward each other. Push the head down. Now, do this incrementally. Reach back a little further toward the wall behind you. Just a little. And then reach back a little more toward the wall behind you. Start to stretch the mat away from you with your feet isometrically. Reach back toward the wall behind you. Head pushing down. The breath still coming and going. Reach back with your hands. The sacrum snugs into the front of the pillow. Head pushing down. Reach back with your hands. And when you're ready with an inhale, sweep your hands right up above you. Good. Fabulous. And then peel up your right heel, pick up your right foot, reach down, lace your fingers in front of the right knee. Push your knee into your hands, let it pull on your arms. Your head's going to lift. Head's going to lift. Right? Chin toward the one shoulder. Feel that. Chin toward the other shoulder. Don't rush. Feel that. Chin back into neutral. Gently jostle, wriggle, snuggle. Push the knee into the hands. Careful with your shoulders. Drop your chin when you're ready toward your heart. Breathe into the back body. Behind the heart, between the shoulder blades, between the ribs, between the vertebrae. Breathe back there. Peel up your left foot. Extend the left leg straight. Let it hover just off the floor. Reach across the room with your left foot. Push the right knee into the hands. Now, elbows straight. Pull the shoulders back. Pull the shoulders back. Pull the shoulders back. The knee still pushing into the hands. Pull the shoulders back. At some point, your shoulders can't move anymore. If you still have room, then bend your elbows. Bring your thigh in. If the thigh slides up against your body, track it to the side. Reach to the straight leg. Let the straight leg be super long, and then sweep the straight leg right up high to the sky. Let go of the knee you're holding on to. Bring that up high. And then reach where you're looking. Navasana. Reach where you're looking. Belly toward your thighs. Belly toward your thighs. Bend your left knee. Lace your fingers in front. Push the knee into the hand. Notice what happens in the belly when you engage lines of energy. Straight leg, super long. Bring it almost to the floor, but not quite. You might want to touch the floor and then lift it just off the floor. Reach for your straight leg. Is it the heel you're reaching with? Is it the toes? Is it the ball of the foot? What feels yummiest? Something as little as that. What feels yummiest? Push the knee into the hand. Chin toward one shoulder. Chin toward the other shoulder. Feel any difference? Drop your chin toward your heart when you're ready. Breathe into the back body. Knee pushing into hands. Careful with the shoulders. When you're ready, elbows stay straight. Pull the shoulders back and back and back. Knee still pushing, shoulders pulling. When the shoulders don't move anymore, if you still have room, then bend the elbows. If your thigh snugs up against your body, track it to the side. Reach through the straight leg, super long. And then bring your straight leg way up high. Let go of the knee you're holding on to. Both legs up. Again, Navasana. Reach where you're looking. Reach where you're looking. Let yourself be supported. Reach where you're looking. And bend your knees. Bring your feet down. Lace your fingers right behind your head. Don't crank on your head. Just support your head. Let your shoulders drop down. Relax the face. Let the shoulders drop down more. Relax your face. Arms supporting you. Let the shoulders drop way down. Don't crank on your head. Now, without moving your arms, push your head into your hands. Keep your face relaxed. Push the head into the hands. And as you're pushing the head into the hands, very slowly start to lower your arms. Very slowly start to lower your arms. At some point, don't rush. At some point, the back of your hands and fingers are going to rest on that block. Don't rush. It's there. You'll get there when you get there. When your hands are resting down, let your elbows drop slowly, slowly, slowly in the direction of the floor until your arms are empty. Breathe into your armpits. Your head is resting on your lace fingers. Breathe into the upper lobes of the lungs, collarbones, armpits. Into the armpits, into the sides, the ribs. Now, use your thumbs, lift your head just off your lace fingers. You can unlace the fingers and rest the head back on the block. Rest the head back on the block. Let your arms relax anywhere. Maybe out to your side. Let the forearms rest down. Forearms rest down. Empty. Now, your head would want you to get busy doing the next thing. Pause. Allow the pause, invite the pause, introduce pausing into your practice. This is the advanced part. Get good at this. Peel up one of your feet or the other, doesn't matter which one. Lace your fingers in front of the knee. This will be familiar. You were just doing it. Push the knee into the hands. It'll pull up the body. Pull up the body. Now, pick up your other foot. Extend the legs straight. See if you can resist the temptation of using momentum. Push the knee into the hands, and then the knee you're pushing with, start to let it straighten. The knee you're pushing with, start to let it straighten. And see if you can allow yourself to just be pulled right up. Pull without momentum. lines of energy, pulling yourself up. Take your pillow, put it in front of you. Maybe you want to sit on a blanket, maybe not. Check your body, what feels good, what feels better, and then don't settle for better. Feel into superlative, best. Put the soles of your feet together, feet on the pillow. So now your feet are higher than your seat. Seat was higher, now feet are higher. You might scooch right close to your feet. It'll be a different stretch. Or seat further from your feet. It'll be a different stretch. Start somewhere. Hands behind you, like before. Heel up the heel of the palms. Bring your thumbs towards you, like a kickstand of a bicycle. Pivot on your thumbs so the fingers point back. Then bend your elbows. Bring the elbows toward each other, as though you're touching your shoulder blades. Use the shoulder blades like a tray. Lift your heart. Lift your heart. Feel how you're tipping your pelvis forward. Push the hands back. Feel to the top of your sit bone. Or if you have the capacity, if you have the anatomy for it, come to the front of the sit bones. Okay? Put one hand only behind you. Take your free hand around. Maybe use the toes, the foot, the leg. Hold on. Pull the shoulder back, elbows straight, lift your heart. Other hand comes around, same deal. Pull the shoulders back, lift the heart. Pull the shoulders back, lift the heart. So let's start with the back flat, or sway, So we redirect the stretch away from the spine, into the hips, the thighs, the groins, hinge forward. If you rounded your back, you've gone too far. You can pull the shoulders back, lift the heart, even as you're hinging forward. You can drop the chin without diminishing the heart. So see if you can organize some action in the inner thighs or the groin. So maybe scooching further back, that'll make it easier typically to fold forward. But you might want to scooch forward, get more action in the thighs, inner thighs, the groins. So instead of making it about how far forward you can get to, use this as a window to look into your body, uncover holding habits, discover holding habits. More importantly, discover more places where support's already happening. See, where the rubber's meeting the road, so to speak, and then avail yourself of that. You can round your back if you want, feel what happens. Smooth, long breaths. Again, if you're not using your arms or hands, you may want to karate chop your hands as you reach them away from you, engaging lines of energy, or hook your thumbs and pull, engaging lines of energy that way. You may want to employ a block. You might want to employ a block, one of these squishy blocks, and you can sandwich the block between your hand and your head. You might rest one of your arms on a block, find some support that way. If you're sandwiching the block between your hand and head, some of the time roll onto one side, like you're more of your right forehead and or more of your left forehead. A few more breaths. If you haven't already, round your back a little bit. Feel the contrast. Feel the consequence. Breathe in there. Invite some space between the ribs back there, between the vertebrae. When you're ready to come out of there, engage lines of energy. Maybe it's simply pushing the feet into the pillow. Maybe it's sandwiching a block between your hand and head. Maybe it's both. Come on up. Come on up. And as you come up, hands behind you. As you come up, hands behind you. Elbows straight, round your back. Drop your chin, round your shoulders. Relax the belly. Big deal. Relax the belly. Introduce a gentle jostle with your shoulders, very gentle. Let the jostling slowly subside, very carefully, gently inhale, right shoulder back and back and back. Feel what happens, where it happens, when it happens. Exhale back to center. Inhale, left shoulder, don't rush. Left shoulder back, back. Feel the contrast on this side. Exhale back to center. Okay, let's push the mat, stretch the mat wider between your hands. Heart comes forward, shoulders go back. Peel up the heel of the palms. Feel your way to the top of your sit bones. Feel to the top of the sit bones. Let's take the pillow out from underneath your feet. And let's bring the soles of feet together, no pillow. So now your feet and your seat are on the same plane, same shape, but it's going to be different. Maybe you want your seat closer to your feet. Maybe you want it further away. Don't hurt anything. Okay. So the main focus is organizing action in the inner thighs and the groins. Hands behind you like before, bend the elbows. Bring the elbows toward each other, and then use the shoulder blades to lift your heart. Feel for the top of your sit bones, and then maybe the front of the sit bones. Don't round your back. Keep one hand behind you, bring the other hand in front. Maybe grab your feet, your toes, maybe use a block on the floor. If when your hands come out from behind you, suddenly you're rounding your back, maybe you want to get your hips up a little higher on a blanket or a pillow. Let's start with a flat back. Start with a flat back. And then it'll get tedious having your hands behind you the whole time. So play around. Maybe plant blocks on the mat and pull the mat back. Maybe you're going to sandwich a block between your hand and head. You can support an arm on a block. So play around a little bit. Organize some action. Inner thighs, groins. You can shift your weight. You can introduce a little twist if you like. Maybe the toes reach away from each other. Maybe the knees reach toward the floor. A few more breaths. To come out of here, engage lines of energy, whether you're karate chopping your hands or sandwiching a block between your hands and head or just pushing your feet down. Come on up. Come on up. Let's put the hands behind you. Elbows straight. Let the arm bones start to carry your weight. Drop your chin. Let your back round. Let your shoulders round. Empty your legs. Relax the belly. Introduce that very gentle jostle, just a couple of those before letting the jostle subside. Inhale, right shoulder back and back. What happens? Where does it happen? When does it happen? Feel. Exhale, center. Inhale, left shoulder back. Feel the contrast. What happens? Where does it happen? When does it happen? Come on back to center. And now stretch the mat wider between your hands. Let the heart come forward, shoulders back. Feel for the top of your sit bones. Let's keep the left person where it is, left leg where it is. Straighten your right leg out. Straighten your right leg out. So half butterfly in the yin vernacular, half butterfly, or Janu Shirshasana. So bring your legs make a right angle roughly. If your left thigh is not on the floor, use a block maybe, or use a pillow maybe. And then 90 degrees with your legs right between, bifurcate the angle, right between, look right between. Okay, hands behind you like before, same deal, roll the shoulders back, lift your heart, use your shoulder blades, lift your heart. Feel for the top of your sit bones and plant them in, and then right arm where the right foot's pointing, open the palms, spread the fingers. Left hand where the left knee's pointing, so arms 90 degrees, legs 90 degrees. You're sitting super tall. Look where your front people are pointing, reaching. Look there, stay looking there. Open the left palm. Inhale, left hand back and back and back. When your hands are opposite, reach them away from each other. Maybe squeeze the right leg down. Exhale, bring the left arm back to 90 degrees. Look where your left knee is pointing. Keep looking there now. Inhale, left hand back. When the hands are opposite, reach them away from each other. Sit bones down, shoulders down. Exhale, bring your left arm back to 90 degrees. This time, last time, follow the left hand as it moves. Inhale, reach back, look back. Hands reach away from each other. And then exhale, drop the left hand to the floor. Look at your right leg, straight leg. Imagine a straight line right through your body, going out behind you. Put the left hand on the line or close to the line. You might move the hand further back at some point. Take your right hand and reach up. Now, bottom elbow, left elbow straight. Give that arm the weight. And then reach up. Slowly, little by little, reach up. Feel what happens, where it happens, when it happens. Reach up. Reach up. Reach up. And then lean on that back arm and stop reaching up. Come down and down and down with the top arm. Lean on the back arm. Let any action appear to disappear. Now, for the next few times, go very slowly. Feel, listen inside your body. So as you inhale, go slowly. Feel, listen inwardly. Inhale, reach up, go slow. Reach up, go slow. As soon as action starts to happen, stop moving, keep breathing. Lean on the back arm as you exhale, come out of it. Maybe you just started moving and action began. Inhale, reach up, slow, slow. Feel for the start place. Stay at the start place, keep breathing. Lean on the back arm as you exhale, come out of it. So again, one of those, go slow, inhale, reach up, feel. Where's the start place? Acknowledge it, stay there. Keep breathing, exhale, lean on the back arm and come out of it. And then a couple of times we're gonna change it up a little bit. Inhale like before, feel for the start. Where does it start to happen? Acknowledge the start and then proceed without being aggressive. Like stretch. Exhale, lean on the back arm and come out of it. Let it appear to disappear. What happens? Try that again. Go slow. Inhale, slow. Reach up, up. Feel for the start place. Acknowledge it when you get there and then proceed without being egregious, without being aggressive. Lean on the back arm as you exhale. Come out of it. Elbows straight. Let the arm bone carry the weight. And this last time, as you reach up, feel for a stretch. It's not too much, but it's there. It's apparent. Feel for a stretch. It's not too much, but it's there. And then take the top hand and start to reach back. Bow the ribs. Reach the ribs toward the front foot. Maybe look to the front foot. Maybe you look up. Maybe look at the top hand. Maybe look where the heart's pointing. Maybe look down. You might move the bottom hand a little further back. You can stretch the mat away from you, but push the mat back with the bottom hand. Maybe belly button goes toward the left side, maybe toward the right side. So a little side bend action. Little side bend action. Play around a little bit. Bottom elbow straight, bottom elbow bending. Play around a little bit. Smooth breath. Smooth breath. Couple more breaths. When you're ready to come out of here, look up, reach up, open the palms, spread the fingers, reach the top hand where it started, bend the bottom elbow, push off the bottom elbow as you reach for the front hand, top hand, all the way up, all the way up. When you come up, put the right hand, front hand on the inside of the knee. Sit super tall. Then you got that left hand behind you. Sit super tall. Big breath in as you exhale. Twist, twist, hand into knee, knee into hand. Inhale, push the knee into the hand as you come out of the twist. Let it get easy. Let it appear to disappear. Exhale, twist. Feel for the start. Acknowledge it and then proceed. Hand into knee as you inhale, come out of it. Exhale, twist. Twist, twist back. Turn your face, look the other way. Bring your body out. Bring your body out. And then make it untwisty enough so you can bring your front hand all the way behind you. So both hands are back there somewhere close, if not touching. Bend your elbows. Like you know, bring your elbows toward each other. Use your shoulder blades, lift your heart. Feel for the top of your sit bones. Chin in neutral. Let's go. Inhale, chin up. Long throat. Exhale, chin down. Long neck. And then find neutral. Find where your chin is not up or down. Keep your chin in neutral. Move your face away from the center of the room. Feel the sit bones. And then walk your hands toward the center of your mat so you face your front. Maybe the toes are pointing up out there. Maybe they point out. Maybe they point in. Let's walk your hands in. Keep your back flat or sway. You might start by putting a block. Give your foot, front foot, something to push back into a block. Hand pushes into a block. Foot pushes into the block. Long front. You might plant a block on your mat and pull back. You might want to give your front leg something to squeeze down on, the calf or behind the knee, a hand, an arm, a blanket. If you're really tight, put the front heel on a block and put the calf on a block. You'll still get a stretch if you're really tight, and you'll support the leg by engaging lines of energy. You could use a ring. They're in the back room there. You could use a strap. You might grab the toe. You might grab the leg. If you're more bendy, maybe put a block on the bottom of your foot. Give your foot something to push into. I would vote for some of the time, give your front knee something to squeeze out into, your hand or your arm. Belly button more toward the right thigh, belly button more toward the left thigh. Play around a little bit. So instead of conforming to any aesthetic or ideal, feel where's support happening. Choose that. Avail yourself of that. Invite more space inside your body. Remember, you can organize your blocks. Give your head something to squeeze into. A few more breaths. When you're ready to come out of here, again, maybe you're going to sandwich a block between your hand and head. Maybe just push the front foot down. But engage lines of energy. Find your way up. Find your way up. Don't rush. Put your hands behind you like before. Elbows straight. Let the arm bones start to carry your weight. Lean back. Drop your chin, round your shoulders. Relax the belly. Empty the front leg. Introduce that little jostle. Let the jostling subside. Careful as you do this. Inhale, right shoulder back. Maybe stretch the mat wider between your hands. Exhale back to center. Don't rush. Inhale, left shoulder back. Feel the contrast. Exhale back to center. Okay, stretch the mat wider between your hands. Let your heart come forward. Feel for the top of the sit bones. Lean on your half butterfly leg. Take your straight leg, bend the knee. Bring the foot right up next to you. Maybe roll the calf out of the way. So legs make a pinwheel shape. Legs make a pinwheel shape. Okay. Let's start with the left hand on the left knee, right hand behind you. We're going to do a little twist. Inhale, nice and tall. Chin in neutral, face in neutral. Heart forward, face back, sit tall. Big breath in as you exhale. Twist in the direction the feet are going. Maybe push your right foot down or right toes down. Inhale, easier, less twisty. Exhale, twist. Inhale, easier. Exhale, twist back, look front, wring your body out. Untwist. Enough so you can bring your left hand behind you. Bring your right hand on the right knee. It may move over to the left side, depends on your body. Chin in neutral, face in neutral, heart forward, shoulders back, face back, sit tall. Big breath in as you exhale, twist. Maybe thigh into foot, foot into thigh. Maybe push your right toes down. Inhale, easier. Less twist. Exhale, explore. Engage lines of energy, foot into leg, leg into foot. Inhale, easier. Less twisty. Exhale, twist back, look the other way, wring your body out. Wring your body out. And then make it less twisty, little by little by little. Lean on your half butterfly leg side, left side. Bring your right foot back. Now your left hip may stay on the mat. It may need a blanket underneath it or a pillow underneath it. Your left shin bone may be parallel to the front of your mat. Your left foot may be underneath your right hip. Okay, moving into some version of in yin speak, in yin vernacular, they call it a sleeping swan. You may know it as Ekapada Rajakapotasana, pigeon. It's always fun to say that one. Give your front foot something to push into, maybe your hand, your arm. Maybe you want blocks for your elbows to rest on. I like that. That works really well for me. Your back knee may or may not get straight. You might curl the back toes and lift the back knee, or just push the top of the back foot down on the floor, sending energy down through the back leg, supporting the hip, the low back, the knee. Little to no weight on the back knee, please. Little to no weight on the back knee. Where's your belly button? What happens if you move it here, there? What happens if you move your heart toward your front foot? So the target here is getting action in the left hip, deep inside the piriformis, the outside of the left thigh, the IT band, that's the target, but you will likely get action in other places as well. Maybe you want to sandwich a block between your hand and head. Engage lines of energy there. And we're not going to be here a super long time. So melt into where you are. Let the tight spaces, places melt, soften. You don't have to fight with them. Just allow the breath to do its thing. Feel where your body's supported. Choose for that. When your body feels supported, your body lets go. Abandons holding in favor of having. That's the natural way of being. And your body knows it intuitively, deeply. And when you're ready to come out of there, go slowly. Walk your hands in, go slowly. When you're ready, don't rush. Take your back knee, bring it forward like you had it just a moment ago. Maybe roll the calf out of the way. And then straighten your left leg out. The knees might be close, the knees might be further apart. Now, if this hurts your knee, you can roll on your belly and just invite your right foot in toward your bottom. Bring your hands behind you. Tip the pelvis, tuck the pelvis, organize action in your thigh and your groin. You might want elbows on blocks. You might want blocks under your heart. Again, we're not going to be here super long today. Just a few breaths to play. Saying hello to your body. Saying hello to the body. Just a few breaths. Tip the pelvis, tuck the pelvis. If you end up flat in the back and you need more stretch, just bend your left knee. And if you still need more, lift the left foot and bring the thigh toward you. You hold on to the knee. Again, just a couple more breaths here. Not going to be here long. Engage lines of energy as you come out of there. So feel for support. Feel support. Allow support as in the movement. When you're sitting again, roll on your straight leg. Give your right foot right next to you, something to push into your hand. Bring the foot around. If your ankle is speaking to you, maybe hold on to the ankle and move the foot. If your knee is speaking to you, maybe push in on the knee and move it around a little bit. When you're ready, let the right knee come out. So half butterfly. Again, support the right thigh if it's not on the floor. Let it work. Let it work. Legs roughly 90 degrees. Look right between your legs. Hands behind you. Roll the shoulders back. Use your shoulder blades. Lift the heart. Feel for the top of the sit bones. Plant them. Face in neutral. Heart forward, face back. Nice and tall. Left hand and arm where the left foot leg are pointing. Open the palm. Right arm where the right knee is pointing. Legs, arms 90 degrees. Look at the front people where they're pointing. Open the palms. Inhale, right arm back. When hands are opposite, reach them away from each other. Exhale, bring your right arm back to 90 degrees. Look where the right knee is pointing. Keep looking there. Inhale, right hand back. When hands are opposite, reach them away from each other. Exhale, bring the right hand back. This last time, follow the hand as it goes. Maybe push your left foot down. Inhale, reach back. Look back. And as you exhale, drop the right hand down. Bring the left hand up. Don't rush. Bottom elbow straight. Let the arm bone carry the weight. Reach up, reach up, reach up. What happens? Where does it happen? When does it happen? Exhale, slowly come out of it. Lean on the bottom arm as you come out. Now, a couple of times, few times, feel inside. Inhale, reach up, go slow. Feel for the start. As soon as any action starts, stop moving, keep breathing. Exhale, slowly come out of it. Lean on the bottom arm as you come out of it. Elbows straight, arm bone carry the weight. Inhale, reach up, go slow, feel. Feel for the start. Pause at the start place, keep breathing. Exhale, come out of it. Let it appear to disappear. And again, inhale, reach up. Feel the start, acknowledge it, then proceed. Exhale, come out of it. Lean on the bottom arm as you come out of it. Maybe push the front foot down. Maybe spread the toes in the front. Inhale again, reach up, go slow. Feel for the start. Acknowledge it when you get there and then proceed without being aggressive. Exhale, come out of it. Lean on the bottom arm. And when you're ready, feel for a stretch. It's not too intense, but it's apparent. And then maybe you walk the bottom hand further back, maybe not. Reach the top hand back. Bow the ribs, reach the ribs toward the front foot. Maybe look up. Maybe look where the heart's pointing. Maybe look at the top hand, maybe look down. Belly button toward the left, belly button toward the right. Stretch the mat away from you with the bottom hand, so play around, little side bend. Notice if this side feels any different than the other side did. Where is support happening? Avail yourself of it at least some of the time, if not a lot of the time, lines of energy. So your body feels supported. Relax your jaw. A couple more breaths. When you're ready to come out of there, reach the top hand up, look up, and reach the top hand where it started. Bend your bottom elbow, push off the bottom hand, reach for the top hand. And as you come up, bring your left hand, front hand on the inside of the knee. Super tall, big breath in, exhale, twist. Knee into hand into knee as you twist. Exhale, squeeze the knee into the hand, make it less twisty. Let's go. Big breath in, exhale, twist. Knee into hand. Twist with the exhale. Inhale. Come on out of the twist. Push the knee into the hand as you come out. Exhale, twist. Inhale, untwist. Hand in the knee. Exhale, twist back. Look the other way. Wring your body out. And then slowly untwist. Slowly untwist. Okay, put your hands behind you. Roll the shoulders back. Use your shoulder blade. Lift your heart. Face in neutral. Walk your hands to the center of your mat behind you. So keep the back flat. Push the mat away from you and hinge forward without rounding your back. So maybe just give your front foot something to push into, a block. Maybe sandwich a block on the mat and pull the mat back. Okay, you can put something underneath your straight leg, a calf, or behind the knee, a hand, an arm, a blanket, maybe a block. Okay? Maybe you grab the foot, maybe grab the ankle, maybe give your foot something to push into. It depends on your body. I would vote for some of the time, give your front knee something to squeeze out into, your hand, your arm. Belly button to the left thigh, belly button away from the left thigh. Play around a little bit. Maybe stack your arm on a block and sandwich your other block between your hand and your head. So not super long here. Engage lines of energy. Invite the holding to melt. The holding will appear to disappear as you make a different choice, as you choose to simply yield into that which is supporting you. Your body abandons holding instead of having. So you don't have to make your practice about uncovering all the holding places, confronting them, and then trying to convince them or force them to let go. Just simply choose for support, the support that you can avail yourself of, the support that's already happening. A couple more breaths. When you come out of there, go ahead, engage lines of energy. Push the straight foot down, maybe sandwich a block between your hand and head. And as you come up, don't rush, put your hands behind you. Elbows straight so the arm bones carry the weight. Lean back. Relax the belly around your back. Drop your chin. Empty the front leg. A little jostle, a couple of those. Let the jostling subside. Careful here. Inhale, right shoulder back and back and back. What happens? Where does it happen? When does it happen? Exhale, center. Don't rush. Inhale, left shoulder back and back and back. Feel the contrast. Exhale, center. Stretch the mat wider between your hands. Feel your way to the top of your sit bones. Plant them. Chin in neutral, face in neutral. Lean on your half butterfly leg. And then bring your straight leg in. Bend your straight knee. Bring your foot right next to you. Maybe roll the calf out of the way. So, couple of breaths in the direction the feet are pointing. Right hand, right knee, left hand behind you. Inhale, super tall. Exhale, toe width. Maybe push the left foot down, left toes down as you exhale. Inhale, less twisting. Exhale, twist. Maybe push the left toes, left foot down as you twist. Inhale, easy. Last time, exhale, twist back, look the other way, wring your body out. And then less twisty. Right hand all the way behind you, left hand on the left knee, at least to start. Super tall, big breath in, exhale, twist. Maybe foot into thigh, thigh into foot. Inhale, less twisty. Exhale, twist. Maybe foot into thigh, thigh into foot. Inhale, less twisty. Exhale, twist back, look the other way, wring your body out. Inhale, less twisty. Okay, let's stay on the half butterfly leg and just stay in the half butterfly leg. The leg that was straight, the left leg is right next to you. Bring it behind you. Come on into that sleeping swan. Organize your right leg, right foot, so you get some action in the right hip, not too much, maybe some in the IT band. Little to no weight on the back knee. The back knee may or may not be straight. You might want to lift the right hip. It might be on the floor. You might find your elbows on the blocks or the floor. So sleeping swan, as it were. Maybe you support your head with a block or your arm with a block and then a block between your head and hand. Give your front foot something to push into some of the time, a hand or a knee. A few breaths here. Belly button a little more this way, belly button a little less that way. Feel what happens. Little to no weight on the back knee, please. Smooth, long breaths. Where's support happening? Melt into it. Simply melt into it. So a few more breaths, couple more breaths, not here for too long. When you're ready to come out of there, engage lines of energy, walk your hands in underneath you. Lean on the front leg, bend your back knee, bring it right back to where it just was for a moment. Maybe roll the calf out of the way. And then straighten that right leg. Careful with the knees. Maybe knees close, maybe knees further apart. It depends on your body. You might be on the top of that left foot next to you. You might be on the inside of the ankle. Depends on your anatomy. Organize tipping, tucking the pelvis, stretching the quadricep, stretching the thigh, the groin, maybe leaning elbows on blocks or the floor, maybe blocks underneath you. You might be flat on your back, you might not be. Couple more breaths, few more breaths. Engage lines of energy on your way out of there. If you're laying down, you can just roll over on your straight leg side, support the tucked leg coming out, or you can come up to sitting, roll on your straight leg side, support that tucked leg foot, give it something to push into as it comes out. Again, if your ankle is speaking to you, maybe hold on to your foot and wag. Hold on to your ankle, wag your foot. If your knee is speaking to you, push in with your hands and just say hello gently. Okay, so legs straight, Legs straight, empty your legs. Let your back be round, elbows straight, little jostle. Empty the belly. Right shoulder back and back and back. Exhale, center. Inhale, left shoulder back and back and back. Exhale, center. Stretch them out wider between your hands. Let your heart come forward, chin in neutral. Then lean on your arms. Push down with your feet. Float your hips. Maybe bring your feet flat to the floor, maybe not. And then bring your seat down. Okay, check in with your body. If you want to sneak something in before Shavasana, do that. You may want to lay down on your back or your belly. You may put something underneath your seat. You may want to put something underneath your feet, like a pillow across your legs. You may want the pillow on your belly. You may find a way to support your arms or your hands with your blocks. So maybe hands next to you on skinny blocks, maybe arms over your head, elbows bent, forearms resting on flat blocks. Find something that's yummy. Let it feel good. And then feel into what feels even better. And then be open to feeling something that feels even better, like that. Not because you're conforming, but because you are feeling, listening, allowing. Feel your breath now. See if it feels any different now than when we started. To the extent it feels different, it's not because of what we've done. It's more directly the consequence of what we've undone, what we've let go of. Feel your body. Give your breath that gentle, loving breath. Give it free, unfettered access to your whole body. Don't withhold the breath from a single cell. Free, unfettered access. I let go and allow that I might receive and have. I let go and allow that I might receive and have. I authorize my body to release whatever's no longer needed to its perfect functioning. I let go and allow. And I withdraw any prior conscious or unconscious authorization to the contrary. I let go and allow. I exhale that I might receive and have the inspiration, the inhale, which is given. It awaits me. It meets the need in the moment where the need is met. I authorize my body to move through the rest of today in this now more spacious, feeling way, feeling, listening, allowing myself to be moved and then daring to go where I'm being moved, daring to speak what I'm being speaked. Let the words come through you, as you, but not by you. Be the voice for truth. Be the embodiment of peace. Let your light shine bright without apology. Look for something right in front of you that you're awestruck by, or something that you're grateful for. Continue to interrupt the holding in your belly. Let it feel good. It's okay to feel good. Thanks for being here today, yogaing with all of us. Thanks for joining us on the internet. Namaste.